Welcome back into the shoebox for our second senior night matchup of the evening, and we're going into the national anthem here, so we'll take a quick audio break. Senior night for the Penwood High School girls basketball team as they play host to Imhotep, and we'll take a look at the starting lineups. First for the visiting Panthers, at guard, a 5'9 senior, number 0, Janae Smith. At guard, a 5'5 junior, number 3, Tanaya Finney. At forward, a 5'8 sophomore, number 11, Samaya Stevens. At guard, a 5'7 senior, number 15, Monesia Harvey. And at guard, a 5'6 senior, number 20, Sean Laja Smith. And then for the home squad, for the Patriots, their lineup, at guard, LaShonda Smith. At guard, the senior, Ashley Cyrus. At guard, the junior, Enya Hughes. At forward, Raquel Curry. And the final starter for the Patriots, Jordan Johnson, the 5'3" junior guard. So we're underway. Chris Markowitz alongside Justin Watson, and Penwood with an early look at it. Raquel Curry gets the board, so we'll stay on the offensive end. Curry with the opening basket.
Senior Raquel Curry getting the opening basket there. Penwood running through their sets. Starting off fast, as Penwood likes to do.
Finney sets up the offense for Imhotep. This is a deep Imhotep roster. And Penwood with just 7 active players tonight. Limited roster has been the tale throughout the season for the Patriots as Curry fights for the loose ball. It's a tie-up, so we'll stay on this side of the floor with the possession arrow in favor of the Panthers. Harvey to inbound. Harvey dribbles at the top of the key. Smith inside. And the ball's taken away by Penwood. Cyrus sidesteps off the mark. Harvey slows it down. .6:44 to go in the quarter. Smith with the opening bucket for Imhotep. And that was steal by the Panthers. Finney, good find to Smith. 15-foot jump shot, too strong for Stevens. But the putback falls for Monagia Harvey.
Imhotep coming out early, looking to attack the basket, and really nullifying the speed of the Penwood basketball team.
Ball goes out of play. Last touch by Ashley Cyrus. And Cyrus, it looks like, well, she goes to the bench because a timeout called with 6:12 remaining here in the first quarter. Imhotep ahead 4-2. We'll stay here. Chris Markowitz alongside Justin Watson. And Justin, Imhotep trailed by 2 early in the ballgame, but they're putting the pressure and getting into the heads of the Patriots a little bit early on here.
Yeah, right now they're really kind of keeping Penwood from getting out into their transition game, stopping them early off in the transition possession. But one thing they're doing is keeping them uncomfortable, not letting them get to places where they want to get, where they like to get to. And right now, Penwood's just, right now regrouping, trying to figure out what they're going to do to nullify that. And of course, Imhotep is looking for ways to keep it going. So this is looking to be, right now, early, looking like it's going to be a stellar matchup.
Well, on senior night for Penwood, the 2 seniors, Raquel Curry and Ashley Cyrus, looking for a W in their final career home game. As it'll be an inbound from this close sideline.
Penwood coming out with the press. We can apply some pressure onto Imhotep's offense.
The pressure creates a steal. Now Johnson. That's Layla Johnson, who swings to Jordan Johnson. Smith, deep 3, got them all.
She has no qualms about pulling up from the outside there. She will knock those down.
On the other end, the Euro step by Janae Smith.
Yeah, these 2 teams look like they're going to be going back and forth quite a bit in this game. Imhotep looking to put up the pressure defensively.
Hughes has her shot rejected by Stevens. On the other end, hard contact on the baseline as Harvey was bumped.
And that pass led to the contact in that situation. The Imhotep player was a little bit out of control trying to get to the pass, and then it led it right into the contact, causing a foul on the Penwood.
Fouls on Smith, that's her first, as the inbound goes to Stevens and she's bumped. So the Penwood foul on Enya Hughes, her first, team's second, and Samaya Stevens, at the free throw line. Stevens, a sophomore, listed at 5'8". A solid scorer in the front court for the Panthers this season. No good on both free throws, but the rebound went to Harvey, who's off on her putback, and Penwood takes over. Smith through the teeth of the defense, and she'll go to the line. Fouled by Sean Laja-Smith.
You're going to see her attacking the basket a lot today. That's a big part of her ball game, attacking the basket, drawing the fouls, getting those buckets, getting those lay-in buckets, and putting some points on the board for this Penwood offense where they look to stay aggressive offensively.
It's a 6-5 ball game, and now we're even. Michaela Lambert-Carter enters.
There's no basket. Says she stepped over the line on the shot. No basket that didn't count.
So a lane violation. The scoreboard for now says 6-6. We'll keep an eye on that and see if it's adjusted. So for now, the scoreboard says 7-6, but to your point, Justin, we'll see if they make that change due to the lane violation. 5:03 to go as this is lost on the baseline by Finney. It'll be Curry to inbound. 5:01 remains here in the first quarter.
Earlier this season, we've seen Penwood only have 6 players, and they ran the entire game. They were just there. They play at one speed. They have one gear, and that's the top gear. They look to apply pressure offensively with their athleticism and their speed, as well as defensively getting to the ball.
we'll see how that formula plays out tonight against Imhotep, a team with a little bit more depth. So can Penwood sustain that intensity for 4 quarters? As this jumper off the mark by Lambert Carter will stay on this side of the floor. Smith for 3, it's short. Floorboard goes to Imhotep. Finney to the corner, wide open, money. Janae Smith with the triple. Panthers up by 2. And now LaShonda Smith draws the contact in transition, bumped by Finney. That's her first foul of the ball game.
Penwood's coming out looking to push the ball down court, trying to beat the defense down of Imhotep. They weren't they always try to beat the defense, try to catch them off guard, use that speed to their advantage.
Now Johnson way off on the runner, and the baseline official signals to stay here, says it was deflected. 4:14 to go, and Penwood giving up a lot of height against Imhotep's larger lineup. Curry on the runner, it's short. Harvey in transition to Smith, and her layup falls.
And Imhotep continues to attack the basket, get the ball down, try to take advantage of their size.
Smith on the other end, too strong. Fight for the ball. And it's won by Cyrus. Smith spins, keeps it in bounds, and right in front of the Imhotep bench. Johnson to Cyrus. Baseline drive, good off glass.
Good take. Like I said, you're going to see her attacking the basket quite a bit today. And she showed you right there what she's all about.
Janae Smith fouled on the inbound by Jordan Johnson as a couple subs into the ball game. Jocelyn Carter enters for Penwood for the first time tonight. And onto the floor for Imhotep is Sua Stallings. As Harvey tied up, and the foul is called on Rocky Curry.
And look, this Imhotep charter team has come to play tonight. They didn't come here to lay down because it's a senior night for Penwood, last game in the shoebox for the season. None of that. They came here to come out, get a win, establish their dominance, and go home with that W.
Timeout on the floor. 3:14 remaining here in the first quarter. Imhotep ahead of Penwood, 11-9. We'll take a break. You're watching Penwood High School basketball here on the Sports Fan Base Network. .314 remains in the first quarter. Imhotep ahead of Penwood, 11-9. Chris Markowitz alongside Justin Watson here for the Sports Fan Base Network as we have a steal on the inbound, and Cyrus coasts in for the layup. Pressured by Stallings, but able to get the shot to fall.
Penwood better get back on defense.
An easy look on the other end, missed by Smith, but the putback falls for Lambert Carter. And Cyrus passes to no one. Smith with the layup and one.
And right now you're seeing Imhotep play the game that we're used to seeing Penwood playing, and they're beating them at their own game right now with pressure and speed.
Janae Smith goes to the foul line. She's got 9 points to lead all scorers. And here's another look at that foul.
The ball gets pushed down court there. It looked like Rocky Curry got the bottom half, got into the legs of the shooter there. That's going to be a foul every time. You got to give that person some opportunity to land.
And now we have a wedgie as the basketball is stuck on the right side of the rim. Justin, we got to send you out there and get up there, man.
Maybe 20 years ago.
I feel you as well. I'm a little bit restricted with a hamstring right now, we'll say. So
I'm restricted by a lot of things.
2:45 to go in the first quarter. Penwood with the ball down by 4. Johnson kicks to Curry. Rocky Curry has 2 fouls in the ballgame as Smith fires a 3, pure. LaShonda Smith hits bottom from range. And now the officials take a quick break as they fix the net.
LaShonda Smith looking to establish herself in this game, and a little bit of confusion there on the Penwood defense.
And a drive by Smith and a foul called. We'll see who they get this on. If it's Curry, that's a huge foul. And they do indeed get Raquel Curry. That's her 3rd foul with 2:24 to go in the first quarter. And it's going to be a long senior night for Rocky Curry, unfortunately, Justin, as she has to go to the bench.
Yeah, you never want to see that. You never want to see that in the first quarter. One of your better players getting in foul trouble, especially one of your seniors on senior night. And, we have to see what kind of adjustments are made right now, because you don't want Rocky Curry picking up her 4th foul anytime soon. And if you can avoid it in the first half at all, you don't want that to happen.
6 fouls on Penwood as a team as well, with 2:18 to go here in the first quarter. So Penwood in foul trouble as a team, and then a turnover on the inbound. Finney, good feed, and Smith is bumped. 7th team foul on the Patriots, and a sloppy start defensively to this game.
And as you can see, Imhotep is looking to attack. They're attacking the ball, ball handlers, and attacking the basket. And they're really establishing themselves. You wouldn't believe it's only a 1-point game at this point, but right now, they're really attacking, staying intense on defense and just making things happen.
Layla Johnson guilty of the foul. Janae Smith with 10 points now in the ballgame to lead all scorers. And with Curry in foul trouble and the team having 7 fouls, this is a Penwood squad, Justin, that's limited in terms of depth. So this is nightmare scenario right now for the Patriots. Don't have a lot of options to go to off the bench, so they can't afford for another player to pick up a 2nd foul here.
No, definitely not a situation that they want to be in, and not a situation where Coach Monique Boykins is going to want to have to decipher. But I know if anybody's game for it, she can figure some things out and make the adjustments with her team.
Patriot basketball, 2:10 to go in the quarter. Smith from distance, short. The rebound goes to Johnson. Now Layla Johnson has it taken away. Finney up ahead. And then the ball is thrown away on the baseline, but deflected by Penwood. We'll stay on this side of the floor. $1:55 to go in the opening quarter. Imhotep ahead by 3. Bundy to inbound. And her pass is broken up. Somehow it falls in the hands of Smith, and Imhotep maintains possession. As Janae Smith stumbled into the paint, no foul call. Here's LaShonda Smith on the other end.
I think that's about 9 points for her right now. She's really, she's really handling the ball. She's kind of putting the team on her shoulders right now. Offensively, looking to make some things happen to keep her team in the game.
LaShonda Smith with 9 points to lead the Patriots as she gets another steal. Nobody home. Smith wide open for the deuce. And Penwood back out in front.
I think she has the last 7 points for Penwood, I believe.
Sounds about right. She's doing it all right now for Penwood, and what's encouraging about it is she's hit 2 3-pointers earlier in this ball game, as her touch from 3 on the mark right now. Here's another look at the steal.
As she's looking for the passing lane to come up here, and she jumps the passing lane there, and after she gets out to a head of steam there, nobody's going to catch her, and she's able to lay that in.
Imhotep with the ball, 58 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. The Panthers trail by 1. Smith to Finney. Pass to the baseline, broken up. Good defensive read by LaShonda Smith.
She's all over the place right now. She's really taking the responsibility on her shoulders of making some things happen for her team.
Inbound to Carter, off the mark, but she gets her own miss and will head to the stripe. Michaela Lambert Carter, the 6'4" junior, goes to the foul line after being bumped by Layla Johnson, who now is guilty of 2 fouls. And this will be 2 free throws. Nice touch for the 6'4" junior. Two rainbow free throws for Michaela Sunshine Lambert Carter. Imhotep back ahead by 1. 36 seconds to play as a steal by Finney. Her layup way off the mark, but Imhotep gets the miss and she has an easy bucket.
Right now, Imhotep beating Penwood at their own game, staying aggressive, using their speed to cause turnovers.
Carter pressured by 2. Kicks to Layla Johnson. LaShonda Smith off the mark from deep. That was a heat check. 8 seconds to play in the first quarter. Now Smith for 3. No good. Excuse me, that was Finney. 1 to shoot. Half-court heave. Oh, around the rim and out. A great look there for LaShonda Smith, but it doesn't fall. And that takes us to the end of the first quarter. Imhotep ahead of Penwood, 21-18. You're watching Penwood High School basketball here on the Sports Fanbase Network. Imhotep leads Penwood 21-18 as we enter the second quarter of play here at the Shoebox. Chris Markowitz alongside Justin Watson here for the Sports Fanbase Network. And Justin, Penwood in a little bit of a trouble early on. They're in the ball game. It's a close contest, but one of their senior starters, Rocky Curry, on the bench right now with 3 fouls. And due to the fact that Penwood only has 7 players active tonight, that is going to be a tough obstacle for them to overcome here in the second quarter.
Absolutely puts them in a tough situation. You don't want Rocky to get her 4th foul in this first half at all. And Imhotep has some size down in the paint, which they can take advantage of. And we'll see what they can do. You know, they're going to have to try to keep the bigs uncomfortable from Imhotep.
Now a tie-up, and possession arrow favors Penwood, so the Patriots will take over. Meanwhile, it's an individual battle going on right now. LaShonda Smith had 11 points in the first quarter to lead the Patriots. And then on the flip side, Janae Smith had 10 points to lead Imhotep. And then a steal on the close sideline, so a turnover. Oh, excuse me, no. The official says that's last touch by the Panthers. But with LaShonda Smith having 11 and Janae Smith having 10, we're not too far from West Philadelphia, and if Will Smith's following this game at all, he's got to be proud with his likeness all over this one.
Yeah, absolutely. This game has been a back and forth game. It's been a battle. It's, the pressure from both teams. Both teams are kind of almost like mirror images of each other in the sense of the way they play, with the speed, and they try to get out in transition, and defensive they try to apply pressure and play the passing lane. And this, as you see right there, playing the passing lane, Penn would having trouble getting the ball in bounds. You're probably going to have to get somebody to try to break, but setting up in the press, we saw the boys do the same type of press earlier today. And, Penwood boys had trouble with. We got to see if the girls can really break this press like they're doing right now.
LaShonda Smith dribbles through everyone and then sets up Enya Hughes with a trip to the free throw line. Nice moves there by Smith. That foul on Samaya Stevens, her first, Imhotep's fifth. Hughes short on the first free throw.
Just get a little more leg and a little more flick of the wrist there. Just fell a little short.
7:38 to go. Neither team has scored here in the second quarter, as that breaks that scoreless streak. A brief scoreless streak of 22 seconds. As Penwood trails by 2, 7:38 to go.
Rocky Curry, has checked back into the game.
Perhaps with some strong instructions from head coach Monique Boykins about how to play defense. Imhotep moves the ball methodically. And now a steal by Penwood. It was Johnson, and then Cyrus off a good feed is tripped. So Cyrus will go to the line. Harvey didn't like the call, but it looked like they tangled feet.
Yeah, that's definitely what I saw. I saw a little bit of tangled feet there as you see the ball's getting out in transition. She's going to attack, and right there, with the feet kind of collided, legs kind of collided there.
Cyrus doesn't get the roll on the first free throw. So Penwood playing a little bit dangerously here in the second quarter with Curry back out there, Justin, and she has to be incredibly careful defensively as a couple players move on the free throw, and that's going to be a lane violation. We'll see who they get with the violation. The officials will talk it over. Who moved first? Was it LaShonda Smith or Sean Lana Smith?
It looks like it might be going against Imhotep. Just reading body language.
And that is the call, so Penwood will have another crack at it. Cyrus back to the free throw line.
That's tough because the Penwood player gets out a little further into the lane, but the Imhotep player stepped out into it first. So it's a tough one to call right there, and if you look at it, it just looks like Penwood had the lane violation.
Well, Cyrus isn't going to complain about it. She's got a third look from the free throw line. That's too strong. Tough trip to the line for Ashley Cyrus. Finney to the corner. Smith, no good. The rebound goes to Imhotep. Smith, no good on the floater. Another rebound with the Panthers, but Smith came away with it and it looks like bumped. The ball will go out of bounds and possession will be, so Smith lost it. Possession to Imhotep. Pass into the corner. It's Finney. Opposite corner, and that's air. Harvey got a look from three, but was way off. Cyrus can't haul it in. The pass was broken up by Ronesia Harvey hustling back defensively.
Absolutely, great transition defense from Harvey and Imhotep. Getting ready to getting in position to knock that ball away. 'Cause, you know, that's where Penwood gets a lot of their points from on transition, getting down court.
Rocky Curry goes to the bench for Penwood, replaced by Layla Johnson with 6:32 to go in the second quarter. LaShawna Smith, good footwork on the baseline, but can't hit the three-pointer. On transition, a travel is called on Janae Smith.
Something that won't go into the stat books. Jocelyn Carter with the box out on that play. Even though the defender was able to get the rebound, she had a great box out on that last play.
Now Smith way off the mark on the runner, and this is a sloppy start to the third quarter. Just 1 point scored by either team as Smith on the layup gets fouled. And this quarter, in comparison to the first, Justin, a lot different. Chippy and just sloppy so far here in the second quarter of play.
Absolutely, it's like night and day. But one thing that I can see happening right now is with the aggressiveness that Imhotep is playing with, you know, and the lack of players that Penwood has tonight. You know, it could get Penwood in some foul trouble in some very important positions. And you know, and as we said, Imhotep came deep, so you know they got a lot of people coming off the bench, and they can afford to get some fouls. Whereas Penwood can't afford to have too many more fouls coming from some of their top players.
Well, that foul was on Layla Johnson. She's got 3 now. So 2 players for Penwood with 3 fouls here in the first half. And that doesn't give them much wiggle room as Smith hits the second, goes 2 for 2, and a timeout is taken with 6:02 remaining in the second quarter. Imhotep ahead of Penwood 23-19. We'll step away. You're watching Penwood High School basketball here on the Sports Fanbase Network. 6:02 remains here in the second quarter of play. Imhotep ahead of Penwood 23-19, and Justin Watson, the story in this first half of play is foul trouble for the Patriots.
Yeah, absolutely. With the aggressiveness and the intensity that Imhotep is playing with, got some foul trouble for Penwood in some very key positions, and you know they just have to adjust their game and adjust their game plan.
Now a steal by Imhotep as Smith glides in for the easy layup, and the bench getting loud for the Panthers. Cyrus on the drive from 13, throws it in. Ashley Cyrus connects on a floater, and the Penwood Patriots have their first field goal of the second quarter as they trail 25-21. Smith, no good from 3. Rebound goes to Imhotep. They'll have another look here, and then Samaya Stevens will go to the line. And Penwood struggling, having Curry on the bench. They don't have the size up front. And now Hughes with 2 fouls here in the half. And Penwood already in the double bonus. It was a shooting foul, so it's 2 free throws regardless. Stevens gets the kind roll.
Yeah, and that last foul with Hughes, that was a foul where she was reaching over the shooter. and the shooter was able to create contact by just going straight up with the ball. In that situation, if she's able to just stay straight up and down, as they like to say, maybe that foul doesn't get called. Also, of course, maybe she makes the shot as well. But in this situation right now, you just want to get out of here without as many fouls as possible, if that makes sense.
Well, I think that, of course it makes sense. It's just difficult for Penwood given the size disadvantage down low with Curry out due to the foul trouble. And then given the fact that it's 5:10 to go in the second quarter, you got 2 players on the bench with 3 fouls, a couple players in the lineup right now with 2 fouls, Justin, and hanging on by a thread. But this one can easily get out of hand based on how a few players finish this half with fouls next to their names.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you gotta take it light. You can't be as aggressive defensively as you want to be when you're playing with 3 fouls in the first half. In high school, of course, there's only 5 fouls and you're out of the game. But right now, Penwood is going to have to find a way to keep their front court out of foul trouble and really be able to stop the ball up top.
Another offensive rebound to Imhotep, but Smith is guilty of a travel. So Penwood will take over. 5:08 to go in the second quarter. It's been a long, sloppy second quarter so far, and that's a backcourt violation. So the woes continue for the Patriots here.
Yeah, that's when she wanted to get up there a little bit early. That pass came back a little too quick, a little quicker than what she was expecting, and it caused for the backcourt. But you got to stay aggressive. Got to keep moving in this situation right now. You're down by 5. Everything's got to be moving.
4:53 remains in the quarter. Pass into the interior, stolen by Penwood. Smith over to Cyrus. Around a screen, it's broken up and right back to her. And now this pass is kicked. Carter tried to feed Hughes. We'll stay here with 4:33 to go in the second quarter.
Imhotep has active hands on defense. They're playing a lot of the passing lanes.
And then a bad pass by Cyrus for a turnover. Janae Smith into the lane. Gets her own miss.
Oh, she won't.
No whistle. That shot wild, and then a fight for the rebound. Tie up, and the possession arrow favors Imhotep. Rocky Curry coming back onto the floor for Penwood. She replaces Ashley Cyrus. 4:14 to go in the second quarter. Smith, baseline drive, short. And now a steal by Imhotep. Janae Smith has it poked loose, and it goes out of bounds, so we'll stay here. This is a schoolyard fight, to say the least, right now. This is something you see at recess on the playground between these two squads.
Yeah, nobody wants to give an inch right here, and Penwood is playing their game, and then Imhotep is really taking advantage of what they do well, their speed, and they're really attacking the paint, knowing that Penwood's bigs are in foul trouble. They're attacking the paint and just causing as much havoc as they can on the court.
Harvey over to Smith. On the baseline, shot no good. Stevens out to the three-point line, and Finney too strong, but another offensive rebound for Imhotep. That look doesn't fall. Stevens way off the mark, and then a tie-up. And a foul is finally called on Stevens. Imhotep got about 5 looks at the hoop there, Justin Watson, and they're beginning to dominate the glass, but Penwood will have a trip to the line now in the single bonus.
Yeah, right now I'm sure Coach Boykins is telling them that we need bodies on bodies. We need somebody to box out here. No reason for Imhotep to come out with about 5 rebounds on that possession right there. You got to box out, clear people out, get them out the paint.
Rocky Curry at the line, shooting the first end of a 1-and-1. And Maya Garrett Bradley onto the floor for the first time this evening. out there for the Panthers as Curry throws in a line drive. Curry goes 2 for 2, gets a kind roll on each look, and it's a 3-point lead for Imhotep. 3:28 to go here in the second quarter. Zone defense from the Patriots. Smith up top. Good ball movement here by Imhotep. Nice feed to Smith, and she lays it in. Harvey set her up, and Smith lays it in for the bucket. Under 3 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Johnson over to Smith. Nice drive, and her layup off the mark. Hughes has it taken away, and then a jump ball is called. Possession arrow favors Penwood, so we'll stay here.
Imhotep is coming in here really scrappy. They're going after the ball. You bring the ball down low, they're going to attack it. They're looking to get the ball out of your hands and be aggressive. You got to be on top of your game.
Inbounds goes to Curry. Rocky Curry on the drive, has it taken away. It ends in a tie-up, and that's a turnover on the jump ball.
That's about 3 or 4 tie-ups we've seen Imhotep initiate in this game, and they're really enforcing their will defensively. They're keeping Penwood uncomfortable, just taking them out of their game.
Are you shocked the game is this close, Justin, when you consider the turnovers, the pressure, and all the foul trouble for Penwood tonight?
Somewhat.
As a nice roll there for Jordan Johnson falls to keep the Patriots within 1 score.
Yeah, with all the turnover and everything going on, you would expect this game to be a little more out of control, but Penwood was able to do some of the things that they do well, get into transition and make some things happen, especially with their guards. And then, stay scrappy as well. They got to find their place again with their game right now. They kind of got out of their game, but they got to find it again.
Now a steal by Penwood. Pass for Cyrus is left short, partially deflected. And then a foul is called on Johnson. So more free throws for the Panthers. This has been a sloppy second quarter. Johnson guilty of her second foul here.
And Imhotep is staying with that theme, that attack theme, attack. They're attacking any loose ball. They're attacking the boards on the rebounds. They're attacking the basket, driving to the hole. They're playing aggressive. They're playing strong. They're playing with confidence, and the scoreboard shows you that.
First free throw no good for Smith. So it remains a 1-score ball game for now. Smith gets the roll. Imhotep back up by 4. 1:39 to play in the first half. Cyrus shakes, bakes, but leaves it short. Johnson, corner triple. Ooh, no good. Steal on the other end. Johnson, it's a 3-on-1. Sidestep, and the layup's good for Cyrus.
And this is what Penwood does well. They force turnovers, get out in transition, and this is how they can really hurt you with their speed and athleticism. They get that turnover, and nobody can beat them down court.
Ashley Cyrus with fancy footwork shows off the dance moves and has the Penwood Patriots trailing by 2 with 56 seconds to go in the half. Smith tripped up and is called for a travel. So Janae Smith stumbled out of control into the paint and turns the ball over with 53 seconds to go in the quarter. Rocky Curry brings it up for the Patriots. Penwood can hold for the final shot of the half if they want to. Ooh. Instead, Johnson tried to thread the needle for Smith, and that's a miscommunication.
She wasn't expecting that pass to come in. It came in a little behind her. I don't think she was looking for that pass to come in that situation there. However, she was wide open. And it's actually a good look by Johnson.
34 seconds remaining here in the first half. Imhotep goes to work. High post, Smith from 16, got it.
A mid-range jumper is dangerous every time.
Ooh. Now a steal by Janae Smith. Loses her footing, and it's stolen by LaShonda Smith, and a foul is called. So Smith will head to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Janae Smith guilty of the foul. That's her second. And Penwood leaves all 4 players outside of LaShonda Smith back for now, but here comes Jordan Johnson and Enya Hughes to fill in the blocks. 5 seconds remain on the game clock here in the second quarter. Smith hits bottom on the first free throw. Penwood somehow keeping this a close ball game.
Yeah, if you saw some of the things that have been happening, it doesn't look like it should be a 3-point ball game, but it is, with a chance to Penwood to kind of bring it down to 2 here in the final seconds of the second quarter.
Smith doesn't get the second one. 3 seconds on the clock. Smith can't get it off in time, and that will take us to the half. Imhotep ahead of Penwood 31-28. We'll step away, but when we come back, halftime review of the ball game and a potential another interview. You're watching Penwood High School basketball here on the Sports Fan Base Network.
How you doing, everybody? This is Rat Curry, and I'm here sitting in with Raphael Curry, my father, for those that don't know, who's been working the cameras. He's been filling in and doing a lot of different things over the last few years for Penwood. So it's senior night for your daughter, Raquel.
Yes, it is.
Tell us how that feels.
Ah, man. It seems like it's been a long, long tour coming through this program. She started out at the middle school, and she's been playing basketball and doing well academically for the last 6 years here in this area, and I'm very proud of her.
Yeah, so Rocky definitely started in the middle school, and she played for the YEAA, and now she's here and she becomes another Penn graduate after me and Ray Curry, who's sitting over there in the stands, and we've had a chance to support her and watch her, and now Rocky's going to be going off to college next year. How are you dealing with that part of it?
Well, I'm excited and anxious for it to come, but since it's just the two of us in the household, and I'll probably be a little lonely.
I'm sure you will. Maybe I'll get a few more phone calls from you now. So, this has been interesting, and I wanted to bring you on for a couple different reasons. And I definitely want to also shout out Ashley Cyrus and her mom, Christine, who did get here, caught the end of our workouts. But I wanted to, it was a journey from California over here.
Yes,
and,
it was.
A lot of things happened, but, the goal to get her in position kind of has happened, and it's a good moment. She was excited about today.
Yeah, she was, and actually, so was I. This is a culmination of a lot of things in my life and in hers that's been a little bit of ups and downs, but right now she's on a real successful path to do what she wants and to be what she wants to be. So I'm very happy about that.
Gotta keep your mask up and get me in trouble here. So I definitely want to, you and Rocky were living out in California, so I want to say hello to the California family. I hear they're watching. I hear Erica's watching and her mom Bertha's watching, so hopefully they're getting the joy to watch this and celebrate this with us. But, one of the things that and maybe you over-push Rocky into sports. I was kind of always fighting that a little bit. But she's here playing. She's playing defense like you with 3 fouls in the first quarter. But, it's definitely been a journey and one where she and the team, her and Essie have had to grow up a lot, being freshmen here playing and then now being seniors and trying to be leaders.
True, so true. She's both of them, Ashley and Raquel, have made this journey actually together. And they've been friends for a long time, and I really appreciate the input that Ashley's mother and family have put into this. But the most important thing that has happened over this, and the comment on what you said, I've kind of pushed her into sports because our whole family is sports orientated. But she really wanted to follow the footsteps of her brothers. They were both successful athletes and very good and elite college students. So she had a guide and a guideline to follow, and I think she pushed herself, and she enjoyed it every bit of the way. Thanks to you, thanks to Ray, thanks to Coach Monique Boynton. She's become a successful athlete, but more than anything else, she's become an excellent student. She's done better than I did in school, and she's been carrying a 3.0 to a 3.6 grade point average all through her junior high school and high school years. So I'm actually very proud of her and the family who's pushed her.
Well, I definitely called Philadelphia, and they said you were carrying a 0.3 GPA average.
I don't think it was that high.
Yeah, okay. And I guess I'll say this too, you know what I mean? Because anybody that's out there who knows the story knows that we went through a lot of years where we were separated. And I think you saw probably, I was counting the other night, I think you saw 3 of my games live. You saw 1 high school game, I think, which I turned an ankle, and then 2 college games, I think, 1 in Loyola Marymount and then 1 out Cal Santa Barbara. So I've had a unique perspective. It's been different. Rocky's been back here, and you've been at everything that you could be for her. And, I think that's the interesting part of the story. I think that was one of the reasons why I decided to bring you on here to have the conversation is just that you can rebuild and renew and redo things. And, you've done an excellent job raising Rocky.
I'd like to think so, and I appreciate you making that comment. Being a parent, whether you're involved in a situation or not, is a very, very tough situation to be in. You learn things as you go along, and you teach things as you go along, and it's an educational factor on both sides of the coin.
It definitely is, and there's been a lot of people. We're talking about Rocky, but we're talking about a lot of us. I talk about at Penwood that not to be negative, but a lot of us go through trauma. You know what I mean? And we have to recognize that, and we have to work through it. And one of the things for me was just trying to get her, from my perspective as a big brother and a godfather was, you have to focus on building the life you want to build for yourself. Can't control everything,
True.
but you can control the things that you can do and focus on where you want to go. And so, now it's on to the next step, and I'm happy for her. I'm probably as happy for her as I was my own kids in the process, because, when you have to make those adjustments, it's tough to fall. It's tough to stay on path. And basketball did give her that, I think, to some degree. I think, probably having us in here that came through it as much. But really, in essence, we pushed a lot about education, about, learning yourself, culture, stuff that I'm still fighting with her about a lot of times, because these kids are in a more socioeconomic, social media stage. I'm just trying to say that, really, in essence, what you're trying to do is teach them to be able to really to value your education and your relationships. And those are things that build you. Basketball can be a guide, but it's not your platform.
True. What I really appreciated about her being here was the fact that she didn't just have my input. She had input from the whole entire family. Gina, Rowan, who's and you and Ray and Isha, and I mean, she learned from every aspect of what we've done and what you've done and what the family has done, and it's made her a better person. And I couldn't appreciate it anymore. And thanks to her sister, both her sisters and her mom, she's accomplished quite a bit. So, I'm proud, very proud.
Yeah, she's done a good job, as a lot of our kids do. And we're talking about a personal story, and we're going to get back to the game, but I think it's one of those things that we have to talk about. Watching our kids grow up in the program. Coach Mo has been a wonderful role model. She's had a lot of different people from this community, and she's there. So good luck to Rocky and Nancy as they move on. Thanks for your time at Penn with basketball, and we're going to get back to the game. Hopefully we can pull it out. All right, go Wood.
Second half action about to get back underway. Chris Markowitz here for the Sports Fan Base Network alongside Justin Watson. Penwood with the basketball, trailing Imhotep 28-31. And Justin, as we resume play here in the second half, these two teams, very similar styles, and we saw it on full display in that first half of action.
Yeah, absolutely. You saw the teams getting up and down the court. But you also saw Imhotep attacking the paint when Penwood's bigs got in foul trouble.
Smith with the steal, passes to the other Smith for Imhotep, and she lays it in, and then a baseline collision between two Penwood teammates as Jordan Johnson took the brunt of that bump. And now a turnover by Cyrus, couldn't get across the timeline on the double team.
Somebody's got to come up and help out with that. It's got to be some communication there. If somebody comes out and helps with that, see that she's in trouble. She's trapped in the corner.
So Imhotep takes over, ahead by 5 with 7:20 to go here in the quarter. And remember, Raquel Curry and Layla Johnson in foul trouble, each with 3 fouls, and then a baseline foul here. Let's see who it's on. And that is on Layla Johnson. So that's her third, not her fourth. So 3 fouls now on Johnson. And if you notice, Rocky Curry, who is in the starting lineup, enters the game now from the bench. She's got 3 as well. And we've talked about it throughout the game, Justin, but with the Patriots having just 7 players active on their roster, it's imperative for them to keep Rocky Curry out of foul trouble here in the third quarter.
Absolutely. She's one of the better down low presence that they have on this roster. And, when she's in the game, it really makes a big difference for a lot of different players on the court.
Now another turnover by the Patriots. Stevens off the mark. That wasn't Stevens, that was Harvey. It's Steven who gets the floorboard, and Imhotep will reset. 6:50 to go in the third quarter. Harvey.
Good job protecting the middle there by the Patriots.
Finney, nice drive. Finds Stevens, and she lays in the bucket. Samaya Stevens capitalizes. It's a hot start to the second half for Imhotep. Now a tie-up, and a foul is called.
Ooh.
That foul is on Samaya Stevens. It's her third.
And Imhotep looks to get tie-ups way more than any other team I've seen in this high school season or any other high school season. It's like they probably have some drills where they look to tie up the ball and get these jump balls.
Back out onto the floor for Imhotep is Michaela Lambert-Carter. 6:24 to go here in the third. Penwood looking for its first basket of the second half. Hughes over to Johnson. Smith throws up a runner, and that's off the mark. Excuse me, that was Cyrus on the runner. Smith got the rebound. Now Cyrus, pressured, finds Curry, and she's fouled. That's going to be a hold on Michaela Lambert-Carter.
Imhotep is keeping their intensity up in this third quarter. It's really causing a lot of problems for Penwood. As you can see right there, a lot of active hands.
And a steal on the inbound because of the pressure. Janae Smith way off the mark on the shot, but a great save by Shalana Smith. Sean Lana, excuse me, and that will be a trip to the line for the Panthers. They just look like they want it more right now.
Absolutely. I'm sure Coach Monique Boykins is really, wanting to. She's probably going to talk to him right now about crashing the boards. And Imhotep is getting a lot of uncontested rebounds right now, as they did in the first half. And you want to see Penwood attack the boards. Your bigs are in foul trouble, so they're kind of tentative on a lot of things, but you still want them to attack the boards and not allow Imhotep to get easy boards and putbacks and for that matter.
Well, here's another look at this great save by Sean Laja Smith. Somehow just shuffles it behind her as she has her momentum's taking her out of bounds. That's a great play on the baseline.
Yeah, absolutely. She was just able to get it right behind her, right to her teammate, who was able to get the shot up and get the foul, which calls for the timeout. Sorry about that, Chris.
No, you're good. 5:44 to go here in the third quarter. Imhotep ahead 37-28, and the Panthers are on a 6-0 run here to start the second half, Justin. Penwood struggling to put it together offensively.
Absolutely. A lot of Imhotep is doing a lot of taking away of what Penwood does best, keeping them out of transition. They're playing the passing lane, so they can't move the ball around as well as they would. Of course, the foul trouble is a big issue for Penwood right now. So, they're also attacking the paint because the bigs from Penwood, they can't play as aggressively as they normally would. And Imhotep has a little bit of a size advantage as well, especially in the paint, and they're really able to take advantage of it.
So Smith at the line, shooting two. Having a solid performance offensively tonight is Janae Smith. Hits on her first. Smith has 15 in the ballgame to lead all scorers. Layla Johnson re-enters for Penwood to replace Enya Hughes. Both free throws fall for Smith. And Smith goes to the bench, replaced by Samaya Stevens. Lead up to 11 for Imhotep. LaShonda Smith. Skip pass for Cyrus. Smith heaves a triple, and that's air. Ooh. And now a player bangs into the bleachers on the far sideline. That was Layla Johnson hustling to make a play to keep the ball in bounds.
And that's what you love to see from your players. You want to see them going all out. As Johnson looks like, that she's dealing with some pain from that hit, but she's definitely, taking it all in stride and trying to power through it.
Now a baseline jumper is short. Johnson hauls in the rebound and loses it.
That's a ball.
Then a travel is called on Smith, who dove for the basketball but rolled over, and that's going to get called with an official right in front of you.
Absolutely.
5:11 remains in the third quarter. Penwood still scoreless here in the second half of action. They trailed by 3 at the half. Smith on a spin gets fouled.
She's going to attack, and that's really what Penwood needs her to do. They need her to attack, get some of the bigs of Imhotep in foul trouble. Even though they got about 15 players on the bench at least, they can go down the line. But you want to get in foul trouble, get to the foul line, probably get some easy points.
LaShonda Smith no good on the first free throw. Here's another look at the foul that sent her to the line.
There was the foul on the shot there. It's got a piece of the arm going up.
And Smith 0 for 2 on that trip. Harvey to Smith from 16 feet around the rim and out. Fight for the rebound. It's a tie-up. And we'll stay here.
I don't think I've ever seen so many tie-ups in a basketball game, in a high school basketball game.
There's been a lot. We don't have an official track, but close to a dozen tonight as a turnover on the baseline. No, excuse me, we have a foul called before that. The foul is on Enya Hughes. That's her third. 4:38 to go here in the third quarter. Harvey inbounds and just using the size of Lambert Carter, but her jump shot's off the mark. Corner three on the other end is pure. First bucket of the half for Penwood, and it comes on a triple by Cyrus. Now a steal, and the layup falls. Jordan Johnson makes the play, and Penwood gets back into it, down by 6 with 4:11 to go here. They get another steal, and that's Smith leading the break. Her layup, no good. Curry fouled on the putback.
And as you see, Penwood is getting into their game in spurts. They were able to cause some turnovers and get some buckets and even get to the line here. So they're getting into their game in spurts, but it's been a back and forth thing to see if they can keep it up.
And Curry's at the line. The foul on the play was on Finney, and she, after the common foul, gets called for a technical foul.
Can you talk to the ref?
Curry can't hit on the first. Here's another look at the foul call. So that's Smith missing the layup.
There's a foul right there.
Curry hits the second. And now Smith goes to the line, shooting 2. So Penwood with 4 free throws here. They're 2 for 3 so far. And that makes this a 1-possession ball game. Penwood also with possession of the basketball. So a costly error there. And the Patriots right back in it with 3:58 to go in the third quarter. LaShonda Smith from deep doesn't get the roll. That hit every part of the iron and didn't fall.
There we go.
Imhotep breaks the press. Smith to the corner. Now into the post. A good pass and the layup off the mark for Lambert Carter. Curry gets fouled on the rebound.
Penwood looking a little more aggressive on the glass right now. They still need to put a body on the body, box out when they don't have the size advantage. Get those bigs uncomfortable, moving around a little bit.
Second foul of the ball game on Michaela Lambert Carter, and the fouls piling up here in the second half for Imhotep. They've got 6 as a team. Cyrus over to Smith. It's stolen. Janae Smith glides in and gets fouled.
The angle that referee had on that play, he saw a push. If it was there, it was slight. I have my Penwood shaded glasses on sometimes, so I'm not going to comment. But he was behind the play and he called the push, and Penwood was in front of the play. So.
Fouls on Smith. It's her second as Janae Smith goes to the line, misses the first look.
Right there, that's what Rasheed Wallace would say, ball don't lie.
Rasheed Wallace, a Philly native. Played for the Simon Gratz program back in the day. It's the second free throw falls for Smith.
That amazing squad that they had back then.
Timeout on the floor. 3:09 to go in the third quarter. Imhotep ahead of Penwood, 40-36. We'll take a break. You're watching Penwood High School basketball here on the Sports Fanbase Network. .309 to go here in the third quarter. Imhotep ahead of Penwood 40-36. Chris Markowitz alongside Justin Watson. And Justin, this has been a scrappy back and forth ball game between two squads who play a very similar style.
Yeah, and it's been fun to watch. I mean, it's been scrappy. It's been exciting. A lot of steals, a lot of turnovers, block shots, Euro steps. We've seen it all in this game, and we still have another quarter and a half to go. So, with all this happening, and I'm impressed with the play of the Penwood Bigs, staying out of foul trouble after getting in foul trouble early in the first quarter, staying out of foul trouble to this point in the game.
Rocky Curry picked up 3 fouls in the first quarter, but has been able to avoid that dreaded fourth. As this layup and the foul! A huge shot by Ashley Cyrus, as she's surrendering at least a foot to Michaela Lambert Carter, but throws it over her outstretched arm and draws the foul.
And here you see, as she drives here, gets it over the big, and the big smacks right on the arm. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
Third foul of the ball game on Lambert Carter. And that rainbow free throw gives Ashley Cyrus 14 points as Penwood trails Imhotep by 1. Penwood brings the pressure. Now Smith and 1. Oh, excuse me, that's going the other way.
Yes, it is. That was a great defensive play by the Patriots there. Getting in the lane, holding your feet down, standing your ground. And here's the contact right there. There might have been a little movement there, but she beat her to the spot, so the referee said this is what you get for that.
Janae Smith guilty of the charge. The layup doesn't fall. Hughes with the rebound. Smith on the drive gets blocked. It's a clean block by Lambert Carter, who had to go down to make that block. She's a long center for Imhotep as ball's loose on the floor. It's another tie-up. That's been the story of this ball game, and Penwood takes over.
Tie-up number 25, maybe.
Whoever took the over on tie-ups is sitting pretty tonight.
I'm going to have to check my app.
I'll tell you what, you got to find some things to do with your free time if you're betting Penwood Imhotep girls basketball jump ball overs, as Rocky Curry gets fouled and she'll be going to the stripe.
Rocky Curry having a very active senior night tonight, getting to the foul line, making some plays down low, guarding some of Imhotep's best players. She's really doing her thing tonight.
First free throw for Curry falls. She's 4 of 5 from the stripe in this ball game, and we're all even at 40. So Imhotep opened the second half on a run, Justin. They got out to a 9-point lead. But credit the Patriots, they fought all the way back, and Curry puts them in front.
Absolutely. Great job by the Patriots battling back in this third quarter and being able to take the lead.
Imhotep into the half court. Three-pointer from the corner, off the mark by Finney. Now on the baseline, and we got a foul on the floor. Stevens was bumped by Hughes, and I believe that's 4 fouls now on Enya Hughes. Layla Johnson re-enters to replace Hughes with $1:55 to go here in the third.
And this game is getting very interesting with the fouls going into the fourth quarter.
Now a loose ball. Penwood comes away with it. Johnson lost it. Gets it back. Hurries across the timeline. Curry, good movement here. Smith from 16, no good. Johnson secures the floorboard. Smith, guarded by Finney. To the corner, that's Layla Johnson. On the drive, off the side of the backboard, gets her own miss, and then it's taken away. Here comes Imhotep. Finney, and now a player trailing the play, takes a tumble. So this will be a foul off ball. And it's an offensive foul on Imhotep as Johnson took a tumble. That foul on Janae Smith, and that's her 4th. So Smith, the leading scorer in the ballgame for the Panthers, will probably have to take a seat here.
As you see there, it looks like it's a little bumping, and then a little bit of showmanship there. There was some contact, and the referee's going to call that when you're able to, when it gets a little aggressive or exaggerated in that fashion. But that's what the game is right now. You gotta get your whistles in when you can.
Well, Johnson did a good job of baiting the call, and that's a costly foul on Smith as she has to go sit with a minute to go in the fourth. She's the leading scorer tonight for the Panthers. On the bench with an unofficial 15 points. Penn with the ball, ahead by 1. Corner 3, too strong, but the putback will result in a free throw trip as Johnson off the mark on the shot, but she'll head to the line. Foul is on Amaya Garrett Bradley, her first, and Imhotep in the double bonus, and we have 45 seconds to go here in the third. Johnson goes off glass, bangs open.
Drive here. Imhotep crashes, you get the kick out. The shot's too strong, and then Johnson's able to get the rebound here, take it right back up and get fouled.
And then she hits both free throws to pad the Penwood lead. Patriots ahead by 3. 42 seconds to go in the third quarter. Smith to Kinney. Throws up a runner, no good. The putback doesn't fall, but that does. Amaya Garrett Bradley with a huge and one. And I believe that's 4 fouls now on Rocky Curry.
You see the board comes down here. He grabs the board, and Rocky Curry just gets the hands out extended, not straight up and down, and contact is made, and that's going to be a foul every time.
So Curry with 4 fouls, Hughes with 4 fouls, and both Curry and Hughes have been the front court presence players this season. Both of them are primarily guards, Justin, but with their size, they've played down low, so that's a huge blow to Penwood here late in the third quarter.
Absolutely.
The free throw doesn't fall, and then it's deflected out by Harvey, so Penwood takes over. .28 seconds remain in the third quarter, and a cool conversation there between Cyrus and the baseline official. She was asking, did that hit the top? Is that in off the top? And he was saying, yes, it is in. So
yeah, sometimes, you know, when you play amongst your friends and you play in high school, some of the rules are a little bit different.
Penwood holds for the final shot of the quarter. Cyrus got them all! A huge triple by Ashley Cyrus. And now a half-court heave falls short. Penwood will take a 4-point lead into the fourth quarter as the Patriots lead Imhotep 46-42. We'll take a break. Fourth quarter action coming up here on the Sports Fan Base Network. Penwood ahead of Imhotep 46-42 as we enter fourth quarter action here at the Shoebox. Chris Markowitz alongside Justin Watson here for SFBN. And Justin, this ball game got off to a hot start pace-wise. Imhotep had a 21-18 lead at the end of the first quarter, but since then it's been a defensive battle, a lot of jump ball calls, a lot of foul calls. Imhotep already in the double bonus as we enter the fourth quarter. Penwood's next foul will have them in the single bonus, so it's been a slow ball game since that first quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, teams are really kind of getting into their groove. Penwood has got into their groove a little later on in that third quarter, and see if they can carry that momentum here into the fourth quarter as the crowd is getting, as you can hear, the crowd is getting into this game.
Ashley Cyrus hit a three-point shot with 2 seconds to go in the third quarter to give Penwood a 4-point lead. And Smith's runner no good, but the Patriots riding some good momentum right now as they have outscored Imhotep by 13 in the last 5 minutes of play. Jump ball here, and possession arrow favors Imhotep.
This game continues to be scrappy. A lot of tie-ups, a lot of diving for basketballs. Just a lot going on in this game. Very exciting game.
Well, Penwood in foul trouble, though, with both Raquel Curry and Enya Hughes on the bench right now. They each have 4 personal. And Jordan Johnson and Layla Johnson on the floor right now, each guilty of 3 fouls as a travel is called here.
Everybody in the front court is really playing a little tentative. Watch your back. Can't help it.
Smith a little bit nonchalant on the inbound, able to find Johnson, who crosses the timeline. Now Smith, deep triple money! LaShonda Smith from the parking lot. That's a huge three-pointer.
Protect the middle.
Penwood ahead by 7. What a great feed by Smith for the easy layup. That's just too easy, Justin, coming off of a big three-point shot on the other end.
Yeah, too easy there. As you see here with the shot by LaShonda Smith, she was wide open there from about 85 feet away, able to knock that down.
Hit it in rhythm and push the lead up to 7, but Imhotep comes back and gets the easy look to make it a 5-point ball game. 6:45 to go here in regulation. And Justin, when you consider the foul trouble for Penwood, how much would that factor into the plays you call and the style that you run if you're Imhotep here? Because you know that if you're aggressive, if you drive the lane and you make this game up to the officials, you have the chance to foul a couple players out here late.
Yeah, absolutely. If I'm Penwood, I'm looking at my backcourt right now. I'm looking for them to really kind of carry this team right now, because I don't want to risk getting the ball into my bigs right now and have them risk committing a foul, an offensive foul. So I'm looking for my guards who don't have a high foul count to kind of drive and maybe drive and kick, maybe even get some contact and be able to go to the line themselves. Defensively, I gotta have my bigs still be you hate to say it, be a little tentative, because you can't afford to go down 2 players right now, being that you only have 7 in the game right now. So you can't. It's the fourth quarter, but they play such a high velocity type of game, a high speed, high action game, that you got to have some substitutions in there, because there's not but so many breaks and timeouts that you can take to actually get a breather.
Out of the timeout, Penwood will have the basketball, ahead by 5. Penwood trailed at the half, 31-28. And Imhotep opened up the third quarter on a 6-0 run. But it's been all Penwood for the last 6.5 minutes of play, as Cyrus loses the basketball.
Fourth right here.
On the other end, Kinney fouled, so it's a reach-in on LaShonda Smith. That's her third, and it will send Kinney to the line, shooting a 1-and-1.
She's got to be careful at this point too, because she plays an aggressive game as well, especially defensively. She's going to have to be careful right now. You don't want to get your 5th foul or your 4th foul anytime soon in this game with 6.5 minutes left.
Well, that foul on Smith, her third, so Penwood now has 2 players with 4 fouls. One of them re-enters. It's Raquel Curry to replace Jocelyn Carter.
As you can see right here, as she goes to dribble, she goes for the reach there, tries to make something happen. Referee calls the foul on that.
And as I was saying, Penwood with 2 players with 4 fouls, 3 players with 3 fouls. This free throw off the mark. Smith hauls in the board, and then it's a fight for possession, stripped away, and then lost by Finney.
That was a bad possession. She was trying to throw it off the Imhotep player, to no avail. Ball stayed in. She was looking for a foul, but there was no foul there to be called.
Curry up ahead, and then a foul is called. And this will be free throws. So both teams in the bonus here. And this could be a long fourth quarter, the pace we're playing at right now. Second foul of the ball game on Amaya Garrett Bradley.
As LaShonda Smith looks to be shaking up a little bit on the play, but she's walking it off, heading to the foul line, looking to knock some shots down.
Smith having a quality offensive night, like always. She's got 17 points, make it 18 on the free throw, leading all scorers. 6:18 remains in the fourth quarter. The lead up to 6 now for the Patriots.
Yeah, the Patriots got to look to get back.
Smith throws up a runner. It's too strong.
Careful.
The rebound goes to Imhotep, and that's a foul. And was that Curry or Hughes? Either way, someone's just fouled out.
That was Hughes on that one. That was I don't know if I would have called that foul.
They get Hughes with it, and if my count's correct, Anya Hughes has just fouled out of the ball game.
See, the ball comes off there as the Imhotep player is able to get the ball, pass the ball off. Hughes with a little pitter-pat foul there, fouls her out of the game. With my Penwood shaded glasses on, that was a bit questionable, but needless to say, the ref called it. That's her 5th foul. And Penwood has to figure out how to do it with 6 from here on out.
Well, in one of those 6 on the floor right now, Raquel Curry has 4 fouls as well. And then Layla Johnson with 4 fouls. LaShonda Smith with 3. Jordan Johnson with 3 as Curry gets fouled on the rebound by Harvey. So she'll walk to the other end of the floor and shoot a pair.
Absolutely want to take advantage of Imhotep being over the limit for their team fouls. And get to the line, make some buckets while the clock's not running. Even though right now, Penwood really wants the clock to run, and I know it's not their style. But I would probably slow the ball down just a little bit on offense. But that's not their style at all. We know they're going to be high intensity, high velocity from here to the end of the buzzer.
Well, we're crawling to the finish line right now in the fourth quarter. It's been a parade to the free throw line on both ends, with each of these teams in the bonus. Curry's hit 6 of 7 free throws, make it 7 of 8. 9 points on senior night for Raquel Curry. And Penwood ahead by 7 with 6 minutes to play. Wild shot doesn't fall. Stevens was trying to draw the foul. Smith with a layup puts Penwood ahead by 9.
She's going to continue to attack, getting out in transition. That's Penwood's game. Steal.
Cyrus with the steal. Sidesteps and lays it in.
And that's their game. That's where they flourish right there, when they get those turnovers and get out in transition. Nobody can keep up with them, and this Penwood backcourt has never met a defender they don't feel like they can beat.
Double-digit lead for Penwood. The 3 off the mark by Smith. Johnson with the rebound. Her pass complete to LaShonda Smith, and 2 more for the Patriots. Imhotep needs a timeout as the Penwood lead has ballooned to 13 with 5:14 to go here in the fourth quarter. We'll take a break. You're watching Penwood High School basketball here on the Sports Fanbase Network. Penwood taking a huge lead over Imhotep due to pressure here in the fourth quarter. Chris Markowitz alongside Justin Watson. And Justin, the Patriots turning it up here in the fourth.
Absolutely. You see the steal there. Getting out in transition with and attacking with Ashley Cyrus again. She loves to go one up with the guards and really challenge them. Still get some steals, create some turnovers, and actually get out in transition and score. I don't know what she loves the most, but she's good at all of it.
Penwood trailed by 9 points to Imhotep with about 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Now they lead by 13, so it's been a 22-point swing in the last 8 minutes of play, as we've got a jump ball possession to the Patriots. And the wheels starting to fall off here in the fourth for the Panthers, as this is intercepted. Harvey makes the steal. On the interior, Stevens outside, Smith around the rim and out. Cyrus draws the double team, has it stripped, and then loses it on the baseline.
Now they gotta come help there. She was trying to do a little bit too much, trying to force the action. Somebody gotta come over and help as she gets doubled over there by the sidelines. Somebody's gotta come to the ball.
And now an official timeout, so this will be another inbound. 4:37 remains here in regulation. And Penwood trying to hold on for a senior night victory. Just 6 players remain for the Patriots as Enya Hughes fouled out a few minutes ago. Deep three by Kinney, no good off the pull-up. Smith with the board.
No box out there.
Smith from the corner, too strong. The rebound goes to Harvey. Harvey double teamed, finds Smith. Another three, no good. Johnson with the rebound and kicks ahead, picked up by Jordan Johnson and then stolen by Harvey. That pass deflected and we're going the other way, says the sideline official. Imhotep doesn't like the call.
Oh, gotta be careful. Gotta be careful here.
So they,
wait a minute.
Looks like they switched the call.
Wait a minute.
Here's another look. I think they got it right.
Probably.
But now a steal by Smith. Into the paint, and the layup falls. LaShonda Smith with an unofficial 23 points tonight, as the Penwood lead is all the way up to 15. Harvey pressured, and a blocking foul is called on Jordan Johnson, her 4th.
That's tough. That's tough. I thought that was a 10-second call there, but
here's another look. Good
that's
pressure.
A push off there. There's that push off that she got the arm extended there with the push off. That time she didn't. That time she kept it in close, but the ref didn't see the first one.
Well, it's a 1-and-1 at the line, and it's no good. Curry with the rebound. Her pass broken up, but Harvey stepped out. And Curry with the board. She's played well tonight, but that's a pass there, Justin. Just got to take your time there. No need to force the issue.
No. Well, that Curry pass, that was a situation where you knew where your player was going to be, but you didn't really get a chance to assess the situation.
And now a timeout taken by Penwood with 3:30 to go here in the 4th. The Patriots lead Imhotep by 13. We'll take a break. You're watching Penwood High School basketball here on the Sports Fanbase Network. Penwood ahead of Imhotep by 13 points with 3:29 to go here in the fourth quarter. Chris Markowitz alongside Justin Watson as the inbound is deflected, but off of Penwood. So Imhotep forcing late turnovers here, Justin. The Patriots led by as many as 15 points, but the Panthers refuse to lose here late in the ballgame.
That might have been an opportunity to go to your second option in that situation. That was a tough pass to make.
Now the three for Kinney, no good. But the putback ripped out of the hands of Penwood, and Stevens lays it in. Smith left open, got it. Woo! LaShonda Smith filling up the score column. She's got 26 unofficial points now.
And like I said, you're not going to see Penwood slow the ball up here. They have one gear that they play in, and that's top gear.
Finney inside. Stevens left open, and she gets it to fall.
And that's probably going to be a go-to play for Imhotep right now with all the Penwood bigs being in foul trouble. They really don't want to make any contact down there.
As the inbound is deflected and stolen away by Curry. Just some sloppy play there, but Penwood able to take the ball. And then another tie-up. Imhotep with the ball.
Jeez. All these tie-ups, man. It's been a crazy day for tie-ups. We're coming in for a crazy ending to this game here with Penwood up by 12.
This ball game just doesn't want to end. Smith through contact.
Ooh, no!
Gets the call. And who is it on?
That's on Curry.
Rocky Curry, guilty of her fifth foul. And that ends a senior night for Curry. She goes to the bench with 9 points. To a nice round of applause here at the shoebox.
And here you go, as you see Curry down there. Right by the block, there's a play right underneath, and it's just a collision underneath the basket. It was unavoidable, I think, if you're playing defense, and foul goes against Curry.
Now, Justin, 2:20 to go. Imhotep down by 12, but Curry out with fouls. Hughes has fouled out. Penwood down to their final 5, and 2 of those players have 4 fouls on them.
If I'm Imhotep, I'm attacking the paint.
Smith on the other end, into the lane, and she'll go to the line.
And I said it before, we don't really see Penwood slow the ball down, but right now up 12 points with 2 minutes left, a little over 2 minutes left in the game. I would slow the ball down a little bit.
Well, here's another look at this drive to the tin by Smith.
She tries to split the defenders there. The defender comes across, gets a piece of her. She goes to the floor. She actually got the shot off, but didn't go in, and she was able to get to the line.
And I agree with you in terms of slowing the ball down, Justin, because 2 of the players on the floor right now for Penwood have 4 fouls on them. If either Jordan Johnson or Layla Johnson foul somebody, that's it. Penwood's playing with 4.
Yeah.
So you have to be aware of that. Both Johnson and Johnson right now have to know. Can't foul anybody.
Yeah. So
you have to I would say play lax defense with those 2 and slow the ball down in the half court as much as you can.
As much as you can. We have not seen Penwood do that yet, but it might be something that they look to do as Imhotep is able to close up the score a little bit.
Bundy with the easy layup on the inside for the Panthers. Smith lost it, but then a whistle from the sideline official, and Smith will go back to the line. Smith with a huge scoring output today, as that foul is on Harvey, her 4th.
And a lot of disagreements with that call there, but there's a lot of talking back and forth as well. And I don't know exactly what was called there, but I'm not sure exactly what he saw. But it goes Penwood's way, so I'm going to go ahead and
you're not upset with that one.
No, I'm not upset with that this time.
Meanwhile, Smith at the line misses the first. Here's another look.
Again, she lost control of the ball, and maybe something before that, but she lost control of the ball and kind of fell on her own, as you can see there. But fortunately for her, the referee called a foul.
Well, she makes the second, and it's a 13-point lead for Penwood with $1:50 to go.
Now, if I'm Penwood, I'm trying to get them to take as much time off the clock as they can on their offensive possession.
On the drive, Harvey had her shot partially blocked. Smith tries to throw it off of Finney, but it goes out of bounds.
And you hear right here, the Imhotep coach is right here talking to the referee, looking for a foul on that last shot.
1:34 to go. Off the inbound, Stevens, no good.
Okay.
And Cyrus wide open, throws it in. That's a 15-point lead now for Penwood. Imhotep running out of time. That's no good. The rebound to Johnson. Loose ball stolen by Imhotep. Smith from the corner, no good. And a foul on the rebound. Bundy was bumped by Smith, so she'll go to the stripe. 4 fouls on LaShonda Smith.
With a minute left in this game, it's gotten pretty physical. It's a 15-point lead by the Patriots. It's gotten pretty physical as Imhotep is trying to get back into this game in this last minute of this ball game. I expect them to really scrap it out until the very end.
I'll tell you what, if you're Penwood here with 3 players that have 4 fouls, Justin, I'm playing no defense. Ahead by 14. I don't know about you. Here's another look at this rebound and then a foul.
But yeah, she came across the head and shoulders. Definitely a foul.
Now a deep pass off the inbound, hits Cyrus on one hop, a perfect feed. I'll tell you what, LaShonda Smith's going to be in the NFL next year if she keeps making passes like that. That was a dime.
Yes, it was.
And now a near steal by Johnson, 45 seconds to play. Bundy inside, Stevens fouled, and that's on Carter, her first. So she's got a couple to play with. Nothing to worry about there for Jocelyn Carter. Here's another look at this beautiful inbound. Can't do it any better than that.
Right in stride, lays it up with the right hand. A little floater with the right hand.
My one critique is, and obviously she made the shot, so you can't be too upset at Ashley Cyrus, but my middle school coach would have chewed me out for not using glass there.
Yeah, coaches can get like that when you don't do the fundamental things.
Yeah, big on the fundamentals.
I can remember being at a Penwood game a long time ago where a guy, I was before I was even a student here, a guy went up to dunk and missed, and coach sat him down for the rest of the game.
Oh, man, that's a killer.
Yeah.
Talk about killing your dreams. Well, it sent a message, I bet.
Oh, yes, that definitely did that.
Lane violation on the free throw. Penwood takes over. Smith gets it in. And Johnson's fouled. 36 seconds to go. And this game doesn't want to end, so we'll keep it here as we continue to march to the free throw line. That foul on Smith, her second. First free throw is short.
Penwood has pulled all their players off the line. They're just looking to play defense. And at this point, they're not looking to try to grab boards and possibly get another foul call.
Here comes Imhotep. This ball game basically a formality as Smith doesn't get the roll. Putback no good, and LaShonda Smith with some nice footwork lost it, and then the layup falls for Bundy. I was just impressed by Smith on the baseline.
Yeah, I was surprised she was able to stay in bounds and keep the ball in bounds. That was really close. That was impressive.
10 seconds to go. Cyrus pressured by Smith. And that is going to do it for us here in the 2021 high school basketball campaign as the Penwood girls basketball team defeats Imhotep 72-58. Justin Watson, your final thoughts on this Penwood girls victory here on senior night.
It was a tough one victory. They had to make some adjustments early on in the game. Imhotep came out aggressive. They were able to negate a lot of things that Penwood likes to do and a lot of things that they do well. Halftime they made some adjustments. They got a little more busy on the boards. They stopped the ball from going middle. They stopped Imhotep from getting the ball middle where they were getting a lot of easy points and a lot of fouls happening. So I think that was a big turn in the game where they were able to protect the middle of the floor. And then when they were able to get out in transition and also get aggressive on defense and cause turnovers, that really turned the game around for the Patriots.
Penwood comes away with a 72-58 victory on senior night. A big shout out to Ashley Cyrus and Raquel Curry. We thank them for their time here with the Patriots. That's going to do it for us, not just tonight, Justin, but for the entire basketball season. For our producer, Sean Kelly, and for you, my partner, Justin, I'm Chris Markowitz saying so long and good night from the Shoebox here at Penwood High School.